Hello, friends. Hi, this is Ganesh Nayak. I help finance professionals and students to excel in their career and become a better version of themselves. And I also help students preparing for FRM and CFA exam. We have with us one of our students who has been able to clear the FRM Level 1 May 2023 exam, Abhinav. And he was my student for question bank. He didn't take video lectures. He was preparing on his own and he solved my question bank. So let us start the discussion with him and trying to understand how was his journey of clearing FRM Level 1. So Abhinav, first of all, thank you very much for taking out time. And if you could give us a
Not a
brief,
problem. Good morning, sir.
when good morning, and when did you started your level 1 preparation, and what was your background at that point in time?
Sure, sir. So, level one preparation started in somewhere around 2021, but it was
Okay.
with the hiccups because I'm a full-time professional.
Hmm.
Uh, Actually, I seriously prepared from 2000, November 2022. And as far as my background is concerned, I'm a public sector banker with 13 years of experience. You can understand I've seen almost everything in banking. And it's a very busy life. I was really not expecting to clear it right now. I thought that it might
Okay.
be a difficult task, but because of the question bank and a little practice, I have been able to. Thanks to you for that, sir.
Okay. Alright, thank you. Now, you said you started out in November. So you were reading which book, and what was the order of reading?
Sir, order of reading was so book that I read was Shwezar was there and Gar book is there because we get soft copy of it. So it is
Hmm.
there. I read both of them, and order was quant first because quant was the thing that everyone is scared of. So first was
Hmm.
quant, then it was that FMP, then VRM, and last was book one. That means
Okay.
two,
Hmm.
3, 4, and one.
Okay. This was the order of preparation. And how much time you were giving on a daily basis to prepare?
Average, I would say then. Daily basis that were there were days 2, 3 on continuous basis that I could not read even a word. I would
Okay.
say 2.5 hours on average basis because I used to make up for that on weekends. Weekends I used
Okay.
to study for around five, at least 5 to 8 hours.
Okay. And this, the so when you started in November, you just kept on reading, right? Because you had you taken the question bank
Yes,
in
sir.
November itself, or it was in November itself? Okay. So did you start solving
No, sir.
immediately with
I
question?
took your. No, sir. There were a few questions that I solved that are on Schweger. The last question
Okay.
in the Schweger books are there, no, and there are some few resources online also, sir.
Okay. But
Free
when did you
resources are
join
there
us? Which month?
that you can access to. Specifically November. Sorry, March 18th, 18 March 23.
So till that time, you were reading the books and
And
solving few of the free materials which are available.
correct, sir. Correct.
And you had before you started my question bank, you had completed one full reading of the content.
Yes, definite, sir.
Is it correct? And when you started solving, so what was your approach? You were revising the textbook and solving, revising the textbook and solving, correct?
Sir, as you suggested, that go for sectional, revise particular, take a book and go through that chapter wise, attempt the questions. That was the procedure I was following. Chapter and then questions, section wise.
Okay. And when did you complete your chapter-wise question solving? Which month?
Completion around April 20th, I would say. April, yes,
Okay.
third week of
And your
April.
and your exam date was?
18th of May, sir.
Okay. So till 20th, you completed all chapter-wise questions. And after that, did you solve sectional test?
Yes, I did, sir.
Okay. And then you went to mock papers. Is it correct? The order of preparation?
Correct, sir. Yes, sir. Very true. Very true.
And mock papers, how many mock papers you had solved?
So four.
Okay. And what was the
Two were
average
GAP
score you were getting?
and two were yours.
Okay.
Sir, average score, I would say 62. 62, sir.
Okay. And which book was very challenging for you out of the four books?
Sir, all of them were actually dicey when you look at the questions, because they are they are to be read between the lines. And most challenging, I would say VRM only, sir.
Okay, we are okay.
Though VRM
And
questions were easy in the exam, and as far as quartiles are concerned, I thought before the exam I thought I might not clear it. After writing the exam, I thought only only I think so 1 or 2% that I won't clear. In fact, I would get good quartiles. And little disheartened about book one, because book one was my strength. Book one, two, and three were my strengths.
because you said at the start, right? Quants you were afraid of initially, and you scored first quartile in quants.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Sir, reason being, sir. No, sir. Reason being, see, FRM is all about practice.
Mm.
For that matter, any competitive exam is all about practice and picking the right things in your strength. If you know your strength, you can move ahead in that very direction.
Okay.
So I would say, first of all, whichever is the difficult part, pick it up, go after it. Then go for something that is easier, so that you can cover up the course. Then practice
Hmm.
is the must. At least twice it has to be done. At least twice.
Okay. And you had done our chapter-wise question twice by any chance, or is it was it only once?
Sir, sectional test I did twice.
Okay. Okay. And then when you went to the exam, what happened in that first 1 hour? How was it? Was it very tough, very easy?
No, sir, a little anxious I was before the exam. I wouldn't say it was very tough, but yes, a little anxious on my part. As far as questions are concerned, they have a certain level they have set, on par. The questions were on par with the expectations. Not very tough,
Okay.
but yes, quant was tough, and I don't know how it happened. I scored well.
Okay. Okay. And then how many theory, how many calculation questions were there in your actual exam, roughly?
Theory was around 72 to 78, 22 to 25, or 28, you can say. Numerical questions were there.
Calculation. And numericals were easy,
Yeah.
or well, how much part of it numerical was
No,
easy,
not
you
easy.
feel?
Direct questions were around, uh, you can say 8, 5 to 8 questions, maybe 10, not more than that.
Okay. And what about theory?
Especially in the case of VRM. Sorry,
Okay.
theory. Theory was tough, sir.
Okay.
There were certain
Did
questions on VRM that were easier, but because VRM was my little shaky ground, so I could not perform that good. There were few questions that I could have performed. After writing the exam, I felt, oh, I took take sorry, I take the wrong option. Could have been
option?
the right one.
And did the
Yeah,
option elimination lot of theory?
I did try, but I think so. I was wrong in it. Otherwise, book one would have been something else, as far as quartiles are concerned.
Okay. Okay. Now, did you find the time 4 hours 100 question enough in the exam?
Yes, I completed the exam in 3 hours, 35 or 40 minutes, maybe 30 minutes only. I had 30 minutes of time. In those 30 minutes, I could revisit few of my doubts that I had, especially the VRM.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
And
Okay.
I would say whoever faces VRM or whoever writes part one, please ensure that you are very thorough with the formula, very thorough with the
Hmm.
formula, because they portray it in that way that you will pick the wrong formula only, or you might miss, as far as that uh, standard deviation of portfolio is concerned. That was the formula that I wrote wrong, and
Oh.
after writing the exam,
Oh.
I could recall, oh, damn, I have picked the wrong option.
Okay. And now, when you came out of the exam, okay, what was there in your mind? What was the number that out of 100, I will get this many questions correct?
Hmm. So I'm expecting around 57 to 63, somewhere
Okay.
around that.
Okay. Okay. So now the quartiles are 3, 1, 2, 2. So obviously, like you said, book one was not that
Yeah.
good in terms of it. And when when the results are out, and now if I ask you that if you can give three tips from your own preparation of how to clear FRM level one.
Three tips. First would be take around 4 to 5 months uh, of preparation with 600 hours of uh, input. Second, revise the material twice, attempt the question twice. Mock papers, four are more than sufficient, not required more than that. And be thorough, because
Okay.
if you don't read the between the lines, if you're not thorough, you will get confused between two options. That is going to happen.
Hmm. Okay. 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 And overall,
And
what was
apart
the
from any
major
doubts, you are there, sir.
and overall what was the challenging part that you felt in the actual exam? Overall challenging part, not in terms of the content. There can be external factors also. So how the overall journey? What was the major challenging part?
So as such, major challenging part. See, I was comfortable with 4 hours because I was sitting for 4 5 hours. That was not a problem for me. Number of questions I was attempting 100 questions or 10 questions in a go, even at home. So that was not challenging. The only thing is the anxiety that you have to clear the exam was challenging for me. As I told you, I was getting a little nervous about it. See, I have to clear it this time. That's all I know, because it's too long in an organization or in a sector for me. 13 years is too long. I wanted to come out of it. That's all.
Hmm.
As such,
Okay. Okay. Wonderful.
exam did not pose any challenges to me, honestly. What I would say to anyone who is aspiring or preparing, sit down, spend 4.5 hours, 5 hours in a go. If you practice it for 4 months, it's too long. It's you will get attuned to the length of the exam, number of questions, the quality of the questions that they throw at you. Everything will be fine. Nothing to be worried about.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
One thing
So
I like
wonderful,
to add
Abhinav. I
over
mean,
here, sir.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So the way these new QTA questions chapters were there, no sir, machine learning and AI. I
Hmm.
read from your material. There were questions from your question bank itself.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that is the reason I could score one.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't know about
Uh,
this.
yes, yes, that's why I decided to add it, because it has been almost 2 months now, so I am a little hazy on my memory. But I would say yes, that material was absolutely wonderful, sir.
The videos, now the machine learning videos, the two chapter videos which we had added.
So videos along with the PDFs.
Ha
I
ha
would say
ha.
PDF
Okay.
is even better. Question PDF. So
Hmm.
exam is too big in terms of content. We have to know which content to be attempted twice, thrice. Otherwise, you can never clear the exam. It is not possible.
Okay.
And your material is to the point. That is something wonderful. I must admit.
Thank you. Thank you very much on this. But really happy on your success, and that this interview obviously
Thank you,
will
sir.
help a lot of students because you being a banking professional and you read on your own, you just solved by question mark, but majority reading was done on your own. So all of this highlights the dedication that you had in the exam, in the preparation of the exam, and it will motivate a lot of new bankers to also come and give this exam in the future. So wonderful, and we're really happy for you. And I know that this certification will add up a lot of good opportunities for you. So thank you very much for joining, Abhinav, and thank you very much for talking about your journey.
All the thanks to you, sir. I would always appreciate the way material has been consolidated in Intelligent, and especially the quant last section. I almost forgot about it. That ML and AI, that was wonderful. Thank you for all your support and the
Thank you.
material, sir. Thank you so much.